Sonny's playing, and just Sonny, because I remember he told me, he said, well, you know, Sonny was working, used to come down to the house and play in a band I had. He used to come down and rehearse. And he said, gee, he wanted Sonny. There was a tenor player by the name of Coleman Hoppin, and Sonny sent him by. And Monk said, well, gee, you know, I wanted Sonny.
When I became conscious of Monk, it was through a record that I had by my idol, Coleman Hawkins. And I got this record, you know, of course, and rushed home to play it. And it was called Flying Hawk. And it had a pianist on there who was sort of had a little different style. I mean, I liked him a lot, you know, but it was a little different than what you would hear. So that's when I first heard Monk. When I first encountered Miles Davis, it was as a sideman with Charlie Parker. And of course, Charlie Parker was our god. I thought it was very interesting that Miles Davis played a slightly different role than the great Dizzy Gillespie, because Miles sort of came up with a contrasting style, in a sense, than Dizzy Gillespie. Whereas Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker were sort of doing the same, in a sense. I mean, they were sort of playing, but Miles came up with a contrasting way of playing. And my very good childhood trumpet player and friend in our band, Lowell Lewis, he really loved Miles Davis, and so that's when I first encountered Miles Davis's playing. And he was great, you know. I mean, when I think about Billy's Bounce and that great solo, you know, in contrast to, I mean, it was perfect. So he was a big hero of mine, and I like his music. I mean, I think he's a great musician, and I empathize with his style. I always liked Miles Davis better than his contemporaries, like the great Fats Navarro. I always liked Miles's style better, this style that I'm speaking about now, which was sort of contrasting the sort of Charlie Parker approach.
Pantheon of jazz, the two most potent tenor saxophonists to emerge from the cauldron of 50s bebop were John Coltrane and Sonny Rollins. Coltrane and Rollins fundamentally rearranged the sound of the tenor sax, as well as the role of the instrument in jazz itself. Throughout their careers, Trane and Sonny kept expanding their range and broadening their horizons, musical and spiritual. Coltrane died in 1967, but Sonny Rollins remains a relentless musical explorer and remembers when they first met in the late 40s on a gig with Miles Davis.
We played one job in the Audubon Ballroom in New York, and he had another saxophone player there named John Coltrane. That was the first time that I played with Coltrane, and I met him, you know. And I think that must have been 1948 or 9.